Okay, we're back again. Hi everybody. So I think we stopped here last time when we solved the question number 8. Now I will start with lesson number 2. Let's go down. Let's see the questions here in the lesson number 2. Let me see here. Okay. Lesson number 2, unit 3. Question number 1. Right, true or false? Horses are mammals that lay eggs to live young. Okay, horses are mammals that lay eggs. Do you think that it's correct about horses, guys? It's not correct, guys. So lay eggs is not correct, guys. They what? The horses are what? Give birth. Okay, guys. They give birth. Okay. So we select this one. This one is considered to be what? False. I have to write here what? False. Okay, guys. What we call the what? Youngs of what? Of the horses. We call them what exactly? Something we call it is foals. Okay, guys. Foals. Okay. Let's something like this. Foal. Okay. This one is what? Is the foal. Okay. Foal. Okay, guys, this one is the young baby of what? Of the horses. Okay, guys, so horses are what? Give birth. They didn't what? They didn't lay eggs. Okay, what about the ostrich? Is the smallest bird. Do you think the ostrich is the smallest bird in the world? I think no, it's the biggest bird in the world. Is the biggest. Okay, guys, so I have to cross this one or erase the smallest and write what here? Biggest. Okay, guys, so this one is also is false. Some fish give birth to live young. Okay, guys, this one is also not correct. Okay, about the fish. Okay, but not all the fish also, by the way, not all the fish, by the way, lay eggs. Some fish what? Give birth, like what? Like the sharks. Example, this is example of sharks. They what? They give birth. Okay, for that reason I have to write here what? Also false. Sharks give birth. So sorry, true, because shark, I told you, because sharks give birth, so for that reason this one is true. So there are some fish that lay eggs and some of kinds of fish that what? Give birth. Okay, horses feed their foals with milk for 3 months. This one is correct, guys, about feeding the horses feeding their youngs milk for only 3 months. No, it's not correct. It's what? 6 months. Okay, guys, so for that reason this one is false. You have to correct this one to be what? Instead of 3, 6. Okay, guys, you have to correct it to 6. Okay, guys, let's go down. Arrange the ostrich life cycle, or try to reorder the stages, okay, of the ostrich here, starting from where? From the egg to young number 2 and the adult number what? Number 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Now let's go down. Question number 3. Complete the following. Okay, tadpole breathes by what exactly? The tadpole breathes by what? By legs? No. By lungs? There is a lungs. The fish or the tadpoles have lungs? No. Tail, gills, or tadpole. So I have to write what? Gills. Okay, so this correct answer is what? The gills. Okay, the gills is what? Correct answer. If you want to understand what the meaning of gills, guys, this one is the gills. Okay, guys, see here the gills. You can find it in the fish or in some kinds of what? Of animal that live in water, guys. Is they because they didn't have what? Lungs, okay, to breathe through it, so they throw the air or the oxygen pass from what? From the gills. Okay, guys, from the gills. Okay, see here, all of these are example of what? Of gills. Okay, I think it's clear now. This is the gills that's found in where? In the sharks. Okay. Okay. Number 2. Hatched from what? From eggs. Is what? Which of them is hatched from the eggs? Sure, it's the tadpoles. The tadpoles have hatched from where? Hatches from the eggs. Okay. Tadpole. Okay. Tadpole. Okay. So tadpoles. If you don't understand what the meaning of tadpoles, can you again see? I explained it in the first pages of revisions tables. Okay, so the first piece of the sheet. Okay, of the first page of the sheet, I have revise with you the tables and we study about it. So tables, it looks like a fish, a small fish, guys, okay, but it's not a fish, by the way. It's the young babies of what, of the frogs, okay, but they have gills to breathe through it, okay. Tadpole is what hatches from the egg. So if you know that life cycle of the tadpole or the frogs, if you want to see the frogs, what the frogs life cycle, frogs life cycle, frogs life cycle, okay, frogs life cycle, explained so many times, okay. Starting from eggs, embryo, tadpole, okay guys. So the eggs will or the embryo will hatch to what, to be something like a tadpole, okay guys. So embryo is what, see the black spots are what example where from the egg where the frogs coming out, okay guys, or when the eggs where the frogs are what grow exactly inside the spots, okay. So the spots will change to what, something we call embryo. The embryo will change to something like tadpole, okay. The tadpole is what example of what, youngs of what, of young of the frogs itself, okay. Young frogs has what exactly, four legs, okay, 4 legs, sure. Adult frog breathed by what, the adult one, okay guys. If you see here that this, the adult one is breathed by what, lungs, okay guys. So it's breathed by what, lungs, because I told you that the gills will change to something like a lungs, okay, when the tadpoles get bigger enough and grow enough, they will what, the gills will be closed and change to what, something like a lungs inside their body, okay guys, to what, to help them to what, to live and where exactly, in the edge of the bones, okay guys, to what, to catch the insect and eat the insect. For that reason the gills will change to something like what, lungs inside their body, for what, for living where in the edge of the bones and what, catching the insects or eating the insects from the bones, okay guys. So I think now if everything here is clear, okay. Question number 4. Choose the correct answer. Most insects undergo metamorphosis. So if you remember the metamorphosis, what does mean of metamorphosis? Because all of the insects, or most of them, they have life cycle. What we call this life cycle exactly? Metamorphosis. So metamorphosis is an example of what, the life cycle of what, insects, okay guys. So like what, the complete metamorphosis of what, of the butterfly, guys, is starting from what, from the eggs. The eggs will hatch to what, and change to something like larva. Larva will change and will get bigger to change to something like what, pupa. The pupa will change to what, it will open inside the chrysalis and what, change to what, to something like what, adult, okay, adult butterfly, okay guys. So this is what, of 4 stages of what, of the butterfly, okay. So example of what, of complete metamorphosis. This is example of what, complete metamorphosis, okay. This is the metamorphosis. So many insects undergo metamorphosis as developing into what, into eggs, baby, or adult. Sure, is adult, okay guys, because what you will see here is what, is the insect develop from eggs to what, to adult, okay guys. This is the life cycle of the insects, okay, is developed to what, to adult. So I have to select this one. Grasshopper lays her eggs where, in the soil or water or trees, guys. So I would like to show you exactly the grasshopper is what exactly. The grasshopper is something like this. Okay, this is the grasshopper, okay. Where you can find the eggs, guys, the eggs of the grasshopper is found where exactly, in the soil, okay guys. So in the soil you can find the eggs of what, of the grasshopper. Okay, if I have to see some image that is clear about the grasshopper. So this is the eggs. Yes, here, see here the eggs. You can find the eggs of the grasshopper in the soil. Then the eggs will hatch and what change to something like nymph and produce something like nymph, and the nymph will get bigger to become like adult grasshopper. So it will nymph is still changing their skeleton, outer skeleton, to change to something like adult with with wings. Okay guys, so the grasshopper lays here eggs where exactly in the soil. Okay guys, so I select this one. Number 3, grasshoppers called names: adult, baby, young. Okay, let's see again. This is the young one. The young one is called what name, guys? Why it's called name? Because it's still growing. Okay guys, still growing and changing the outer skeleton. Okay, but finally the name will change to something we call it adult grasshopper with with wings. Okay, so grasshopper called names is what exactly is the young one. Okay, is not baby, is the young one. Okay, the larva becomes an becomes an what exactly? The larva will change to what exactly? The larva. Now we start with the, if you remember the complete metamorphosis of insects, like the butterflies or ladybugs. All of these coming from where exactly? From starting where the eggs hatch. Okay guys, so after that the larva is coming from from the eggs. After that the larva will change to what exactly? So if you want to see here, I think here, so when the eggs hatch is what it will produce something like larva. Larva will change to something we call pupa. Okay guys, so for that reason I will select larva becomes here? Pupa. Okay guys, not adults of ladybugs or eggs, no. The larva will change to something we call it the next stage of larva is pupa. Okay guys, the next stage of larva is pupa. Question number 5. Which of these is true about the life cycle of all animals, guys? They have mate, they produce young, they hatch from eggs, they have 2 parents. Okay guys, which of these is true about the life cycle of animals? Life cycle of animal, I told you many times, is stages, guys. Like, so they have mate is not correct. They have 2 parents is not correct, because I'm not talking about if they have parents or no, because I'm talking about the life cycle. Okay, they produce young. They produce young also is something correct about the life cycle of animals. Okay guys, so I think this one is the correct one, guys. Okay guys, because maybe they produce young by what? Laying eggs or giving birth. Okay guys, so all of these are life cycle. Okay, let's go down. A fly has 4 stages that all looks different in its life cycle. Which of that describe what happened in the life cycle of the fly? Okay guys, the fly, like the butterfly or ladybugs, all of them, or the flies that you see, all of them, all of these insects are kind of insects that have a complete metamorphosis, or 4 stages at least. Okay, that's what I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4, starting from eggs to larva to pupa and to butterfly. So all of these are are 4 stages of insects. Okay, for that reason, a fly, butterfly or ladybugs, all of them have complete metamorphosis. Okay guys, I have to select this one, complete metamorphosis. Which part of this tadpole lets you know that the tadpole is becoming a frog? From where? Which part of the tadpole he tell you that the tadpole will change to frog, guys? From where? From the tail, or from their eyes, or from body? Its tail, no, is not correct, because even the fish, by the way, have tails. Okay, eyes, no. Oh, so many kinds of animals or fish that have the same color or size of what, of the eyes. About mouth, no, they didn't talk about the mouth. There is no mouth here. Okay, I think it's not clear here. So I am talking here about the legs. Okay, the legs are what tell us about the table that will change to what, to frogs. Okay guys, so I have to select this one, it's legs. Let's go down. Which of these is the name of the young animal that hatched from what, a ladybug? Okay, if you don't remember, the ladybugs is what exactly? Ladybugs. Okay, ladybugs. Okay, ladybugs. This is the ladybugs. Okay guys, by the way, ladybugs, like butterflies, have what, have complete metamorphosis. Okay guys, complete, or 4 stages of life cycle. Okay, life cycle. So ladybugs life cycle have what, 4 stages guys, starting from what, ladybugs life cycle, life cycle. Okay, ladybugs life cycle, to see what I mean here. So it have what, complete metamorphosis, because what, because 4 stages, 1 2 3 4, starting from eggs. The eggs will change to larva, and the larva will change to what, something we call pupa, and the pupa will change to what, to adult ladybugs. Okay, so what they asking me about here, which of these is the name of the young animal that hatched from a ladybug's eggs? Okay, the foal is what, is related to the horses. Okay, this is mammals. Okay, now we are not talking about insects here. Larva is the correct one. Okay guys, because what, because the eggs, after the eggs hatch, is what, it will produce what, larva. Okay guys, see here, eggs will what, hatch to what, to produce larva. Okay, so for that reason I select here what, larva, not nymph, because nymph is related to grasshopper. Tadpole is related to the frogs here. Larva is related to the ladybugs and butterflies. The next stage, or the next step of eggs is what, is larva. It's the second stage or step. Okay, question number 1, lesson 4. Write the scientific term. Okay guys, it's a trait that helps the living things to survive. A trait, what does mean guys of traits? The characteristics that all kinds of living things have it in case of what, to protect themselves, or okay, defense about themselves. Okay, like what exactly? Like the color, or the size, or teeth, or any physical part of your body. Okay guys, or the living things bodies. Okay, for example, the rabbits have what, white fur color, for what exactly, to protect themselves from what, from enemies or predators in the what, in the polar ecosystems. Some kinds of animals like deers has what, flat teeth, in case of what, of eating the grasses from what, from the ground and tearing them. Some kinds like of animals like tigers or lions have what exactly, have pointed teeth that help them what, or enable them to what, to tear the meat. Okay guys, all of these are traits that help living things to survive where in their ecosystems. Okay guys, so now traits of animals, if I want to show you something like this, traits of animals to survive. Okay, help them to survive. Okay, I will show you so different images. Okay guys, the traits, like what, also the patterns with what, with the tiger, it will help him what, to hide. Okay, to catch his what, his prey. Okay guys, or its prey. So the patterns will help the tiger to what, to hide from what, from the prey, in case of what, to catch them faster. Okay guys, what else? Let's see some traits. Okay, what we can see here, let's see here. Okay, the tiger has stripes or patterns. The giraffe has a long neck for what? For taking or handling what? By here, by its mouth, what? The grasses or what? Tall trees. Okay, because some in savannah there are so many kinds of trees that are too tall. Okay, guys. So the giraffes, it will what? It will handle or eat the grasses or the leaves from the trees from the tall trees by what? By the helping of what? Of here tall what? Neck or the long neck here. Okay, guys. And the elephants, they have what? Trunks. What does mean of the trunks on the elephants? That help them what? To push and to push the trees and what? Eating the grasses from or eating the leaves from the trees by their trunks. Okay, guys. All of these are example of what? Of traits that found in some animals. All of these are traits. Okay, guys. Maybe the color of the body or the wings or even the wings are example of traits that help the birds to fly. Okay, guys. So all of these are what? Traits or characteristics. Okay, help living things to survive. Okay, guys. So I have to write here what exactly? Prey, predator or adaptation? Adaptation. Okay, guys. So I have to write here what? Adaptation. Animals that are hunted for food. Okay, animals that are hunted for food. So if you want to know that what I mean, prey and predators. Okay, see here the image that will tell you about the age and predators. Okay, you can find the prey and predators. Okay, this one is the prey, sorry, this one is the prey and this one is the predator. Okay, guys, this one is the predator and this one is the prey. Okay, guys, all of these. So animals that hunts their food is what? Is the predator. The animals that hunted for food is what? Is the prey. Okay, guys. So animals that are hunted for food like the deer is what? Prey. Sorry. Animals that hunt prey is what? Is the predators. Okay, guys, I have to write here what? Predators. Okay, predators. Okay. Question number 2. Write one word: camouflage and mimicry. Before I start to solve with you this question, I have to what? To explain these two words. To explain for you these two words: the camouflage and the mimicry. So let's start with the camouflage. Let's close all of these links. Okay, guys. We talk too much about different things. Okay. So let's start with the camouflage. Camouflage is what? Camouflage is what exactly? This is examples of camouflage. Okay, in animals. Okay, with animals. It's something, by the way, when the animals try to hide. By the way, this is the camouflage. The camouflage when the animals try to hide. So when the animals try to hide, like the owl or reptiles, or all of these are what? Examples of, or insects, when they try to hide by what? By the trunks or by what? By the trees, or that they have the color of this, or they have the same color of what? Of the tree, or with leaves, they have the same color of leaves. Okay, so all of these are example of what? Example of camouflage. Okay, the camouflage is what? Example of how the animals hide from what? From their predators or enemies. Okay, guys, so they hide inside different what? Different parts of their what? Of their ecosystems. Like what? Like see these frogs here. The frog here have the same color of what? Of the tree or of the soil here. So see, this is the example of what? Of camouflage. Okay, guys, camouflage when the animals try to hide from their what? From their enemies. Okay, from their enemies. Okay, or predators. Okay, from the predators. Okay, so it will prevent them what? Or would help them what? Survive from what? from eating them from other animals. Okay guys, so some animals can hide, it's right. We have to write here what camouflage. Okay, the camouflage when the animals try to hide is what camouflage. Let's reduce the size here. Okay, an animal looks like an animal that is harmful. Okay, let's see. Let me tell you something here about that. Animals look like animals that what is harmful. Okay, animals that looks like other animals that are what harmful. Okay, let's see. Monarch, example of what? Of the monarch and what? Of the viceroy and the viceroy. Okay, the monarch and the viceroy butterflies are example of what? Of two kinds of what? Butterflies, but they have what different what? They have the same colors and shape, similar color and shape, but they what? They are different. Okay, they are different because monarch is what? Is toxic, but this one is what? Non-toxic. Okay, the viceroy is what? The viceroy is non-toxic, but the monarch is what? Is toxic. Okay, but why this one have the same color of this one? Why the viceroy is have the color and shape of this of monarch? Why guys? Because the viceroy is non-toxic. Okay guys, this one is non-toxic, so this one know that the birds, okay, the birds will not eat the monarch because it what is toxic. For that reason the viceroy change, okay, or try always to develop itself by, or to develop its traits by many years or millions of years to what? To help herself, to what? Itself, to what? To help itself what? To survive, okay, from the birds or animals, because that it will what? It will help her to what? To what? To protect herself from what? From the animals or predators. Okay guys, so for that reason you can here for the birds, the birds will find difficult what? To find which one of them is the toxic or non-toxic, so it will what? To avoid eat both of them. Okay, it will avoid to what? To eat both of them. Why? Because the birds will find it difficult to differentiate between them, which one of them is toxic. Sure, is the monarch is the toxic one, but for the birds it's difficult to differentiate between them, you know that. For that reason the birds will find it difficult to differentiate between them, so this one is the toxic one and this one is not toxic, but for the birds it will avoid to what? To eat them, both of them. Okay guys, so this one example of what? Of mimicry. Okay guys, mimicry is what? Example when the animals try to take the looks of the harmful one. Okay, the animals try to take the look of what? Of the harmful one, okay, to protect itself. Okay, so this one is mimicry. Okay, what about now the frogfish? Can look like a rock or can hide with, okay, inside the rocks or sponge. So it looks like a rock or sponge is not mean that it's mimicry, because the frogfish is not take the looks of other animals, but they what? They try to hide by what? Changing their colors, like that some kinds of reptiles or insects, when they change the color of what? Of the same color of the leaves or what? Of the trees. The frogs or the frogfish have the same ability to change the color to be like what? To have the color of the rocks or what? Or the sponge. Okay guys, so if you don't know, the frogfish is what exactly? Frogfish. Okay, you see how it looks? It looks like a rock, guy. It looks like a rock, okay, or a sponge. For that reason, the frogfish or the frogfish is what? It looks like a sponge, so it will what? It will help here to what? To hide from what? From other predators. Okay, it will help here shape or its shape and color will help what? Will help the frogfish to what? To survive from the predators. Okay, guys. So the predators will the predators will find it difficult to what? To notice them inside the sea or ocean. Okay, guys. So this is example of what, guys? Of mimicry or camouflage. Is camouflage. Okay, guys. Camouflage is what? Camouflage. Okay. The viceroy looks like a monarch. I explained it already. Okay, guys. I explained it here already. If you see here, the monarch is like what? A viceroy. Okay, the monarch is like viceroy. So this is example of what? Mimicry, because animals take the look of other animals. Okay, the animals take the look of what? Of another elements. Okay, so this one is what? Mimicry. Okay, this one is what? Mimicry. Because why? I told you that. Let's see what's happening here. Mimicry. Why, guys, is mimicry? Because I told you the viceroy is what? Is not harmful, but the monarch is harmful and toxic. For that reason they take the looks of each other. Okay, guys, the animals looks like animal that is harmful is mimicry, and the viceroy is not harmful or non-toxic, and the monarch is toxic. For that reason they take the looks of each other. For that reason we call it what? Mimicry. Okay. Question number 3. Put true or false. Cactus had a thin stem. The cactus had a thin stem. It's correct about the cactus, guys. See? Let's see here. The cactus has a thick or thin stems. The cactus if you see the cactus here, so it has what exactly? Thick or what? Thin stem. This is the stem of the cactus. It's what? It's thick or thin? It's thick, guys. Okay, so it's thick. So for that reason this one is wrong. It's not thin, it's thick. So I have to write here false. Thick stem. Plants don't need water to survive. It's not correct. Every living things need what? Water to survive. Okay, so I have to write here false. So plants needs water to survive. There are no plants in desert because there is no water. By the way, in the desert there is a plants. By the way, there is the plants. Okay, in the desert you can't find the plants because why? Because there's water, but it's not too much water. Okay, or the sources of waters are what? Few. Okay, the sources of water are what? Few. Okay, for that reason. The water found in the desert, even by what? The water vapor in the air that absorbed by the plants. Okay, guys, so for that reason I have to write here what? False. Blackberry's taste is sugary is wrong. Is what? Is sour or something like this, but it's not tasty. Okay, it's not sugary. Okay, so this one is what? Also okay, is false. So you have to cross this one and write what? Sure. Okay, something like this. You have to write something like this. This is the correct answer. Question number 4. Choose the correct answer. Shapes and colors patterns help some animals stay hidden. Okay, hidden it's mean what? It's camouflage. Okay, the camouflage when the animals because try to hide. Which of these is the name of this kind of adaptation? It's surely the camouflage. When the animals try to hide, this is example of camouflage. Which part of this eagle is the adaptation that what help him or let him to what? To fly? Is what? Is the wings. Okay, this is the traits. Okay, I told you that many times. This is the trait or characteristic that help the eagles or birds to fly. Horse has teeth that are flat instead of what? Pointed. flat teeth. Okay, the flat teeth and pointed teeth. Okay, flat and pointed teeth. Pointed teeth. See the difference between them. Okay. Humans and some kinds of animals, herbivore animals, they have what? A flat teeth, okay guys? But pointed teeth, like what? Like dogs or tigers are what? They have what? Pointed teeth, okay guys? This is what we mean. So horse has teeth that are flat instead of pointed. Why guys? Why the horse have a flat teeth? Because what? Because which of these does horse teeth help what the horse to do? What exactly? Why the horses have what? Flat teeth for what? Sure, for eating what? The grass. Okay guys, for eating what? The grass. Okay, so I have to select this one. Some harmless animals looks like harmful ones. So which adaptation to this harmless animals have? Like the monarch and what? Monarch, the butterflies. I think if you remember when we were talking about the different kinds between the butterflies here. So like the monarch and the viceroy. Okay guys, the viceroy. Okay, the example of two, viceroy and monarch. Okay, so plants some harmless animals look like harmful one. Okay, which adaptation do these harmless animals have? Is what exactly? Mimicry. Okay, the mimicry. Okay guys, mimicry is what? Mimicry is what? When the harmless animals try to take the color or the shape of what? Of harmful animals in case to protect themselves. Plants and animals have many similar adaptations. Which of the following kinds of adaptation are not found in the plants? Okay, which one of them? So mimicry is found in the plants. By the way, you can find some plants that are harmless, that take the look and what? The color of what? Harmful plants. What about the structure of what? Defense. The structure of defense is found also in the plants, by the way. What about the camouflage? Also the camouflage, when the plants take the look of the soil. Okay, it's take the color of the soil or what? Or the shape of some kinds of object like rocks. You can find the plants looks like a rocks. Okay guys, so this one is also is not you can find it in the plant. Structure of what? Of chewing guys. What does mean of that? The plants can eat. That what I mean. They asking you if the plants can eat or no. Are not found in the plants has teeth guys, something like teeth. No, so the structure of what? Of chewing. Okay, of the plants. They asking you if the plants can eat or they have mouths. Okay, though it's wrong. Sure, is definitely is wrong. Are not found in the plants. Though this one is not found in the plants. Okay, they doesn't what? The plants don't have what structures like what? Mouth or teeth to eat. Okay, because we know that the plants make its own food by what? Photosynthesis. Okay guys, photosynthesis. Okay, now question number 1, unit 8, lesson 1, rotation and earth axis. Okay, let's start here, explain something about earth axis. And I will select this image in case to explain everything. When the earth rotates around itself or spinning around itself, this is what we call the movement is what? Rotation. Because why? Because the earth rotates what? Around its axis. Okay, this is the axis. The axis is what guys? Imaginary line that what? Pass through the earth from the North Pole to the South Pole. Okay guys, from the North to the South Pole. This is the imaginary line. Okay, the imaginary line that what? Cross the earth from the what? From the North Pole to the South Pole. And here the earth rotates around its axis or around itself. So what we call the movement of earth about itself It's what exactly? Rotation. Okay guys, so rotation is what? When the earth turns in opposite direction to the clock. Okay, this is the rotation. When the earth what? Rotate in the opposite side of what? Of the clock. Okay, for that reason we call it what? Rotation. This is the rotation. So we have to select this one. Earth axis is imaginary line. So if you see that imaginary line, okay, this is the imaginary line. Imaginary line, okay. Okay. From the North Pole to the South Pole, okay. Complete using the list below. Okay, rotation axis opposite Earth. Earth turn in what? In the what? I told you that many times. The Earth turn in opposite direction. Okay guys, in opposite direction. So I have to write what? I have to select this one. Opposite direction to a clock. Day changed to night as what? See here what I mean. Why the day and night change always? Because what guys? Because the earth rotates around itself. Okay guys, so when the earth rotates around itself, it will cause the day and night. Okay guys, for that reason they change to light as what? As earth turns. Okay, so I have to write here what? Earth, as earth what? Turns. The imaginary line that's going through the earth from the North Pole to the South Pole is called what exactly guys? This imaginary line, we call it what exactly? This is the imaginary line. It's called what? Axis. Okay. Earth what? Causes the cycle of day and night. Earth what exactly? I told you that that many times. That when the earth rotates around itself, it's caused what? The changing of day and night. Okay guys, so we call it what? Rotation. Earth rotations called what? Cause the changing the day and night, or they cause the cycle of day and night. Okay guys, rotation. Rotation. Question number 3. Let's go to the question number 3 now. Sorry. Choose the correct answer. As Earth turns on its axis, it also moves around what? Around the moon, around the planets, or around the sun. You know that the Earth is not rotate around itself only. It's revolve around the sun. So when the earth revolve around the sun is what exactly? That is what is example of what? Revolution. Okay, and it will cause what? To change the seasons of the earth from summer to winter to spring and fall, right? So earth turn on its axis, it also moves around what? Around the sun. It's revolve around the sun. So I have to select this one. Each complete trip of Earth around the sun is one what? Revolution. Okay guys, is one revolution. When the Earth revolve around the sun, is what? It's make a complete trip around the sun is what? Is example of what? Revolution. Okay, so I have to write here what? Revolution. I have to select revolution. The change of Earth move around the sun. Okay, because revolution, it will cause what? Change of what? Change of seasons. Okay, change of seasons around what? Change of seasons and change of seasons of the earth. Okay, because what? Because the earth revolve around the sun. Okay guys, change of what? The seasons change as earth moves around the sun. Okay, so I have to select this one. No need to write anything, only select the correct answer. Around the sun is what? Seasons. But around the earth itself, day and night. but they told you around the sun, so for that reason we select seasons. The part with the most direct sunlight has, okay, I think I have to select a new image like this one. Okay, this one. A part where the most direct sunlight, the part of Earth where the most direct sunlight is what? Is example of the summer, guys, because where the waves are what pointed to what? A specific part of the Earth here. Okay, guys, you'll find this area is what? Is too hot, because why? Because the waves or the sunlight is what? Is pointed where exactly? In this area or in this place. For that reason we call it what? This is the summer. Okay, guys, but where the light is what? Too late to reach the surface here is example of what? Of winter. Okay, guys, so for that reason you find here the area is what? Is warmer, or sorry, is warm or cooler, and here is what? Is hot, okay, or warmer. Okay, so here is summer or here is winter. Okay, let's see here. So the part with the most direct sunlight has is what? Is the summer. Is the summer. The of the moon gravity causes the ocean tides. Okay, the ocean tides because what, guys? Because the gravity of the moon. But what caused that? Which power, which energy of them that caused the gravity help the earth to what? To make something like tides. Okay, is the pole. Okay, guys, the pole is what? Is because of what? If the pole, if you don't remember what does mean of tides, guys, I will show you here also. Because the gravity of the moon. Okay, guys, so there is something we call it high tide and low tide. When the moon is above the ocean here, so it will cause what? A high tide. Because what? Because the gravity of the moon will pull what? The ocean, so it will make something like a high tide. Okay, guys, so for that reason pull. Okay, when the moon is what? I told you that when the moon is what? Where exactly? Above the ocean, it will cause the high tide. Okay, guys, above. So when the moon is, it causes the high tide when it's above the ocean here, above. Okay, here it will cause the tide. So above, I have to select this one. Let's go down. The tides make a cycle or square or triangle. Okay, let's see here. Okay, because the moon, we know that even you know that because the earth is rotate around itself and revolve around the sun, but the moon also is revolve around the earth. Okay, guys, so it will make something like a cycle. So when the moon will become here, it will make the high tide will be here. Okay, the high tides will be what? Here. When the moon will be here, the high tide will be also in this side. When the moon will be in this side, so the high tide will be in this side. Okay, guys, so the moon is the movement of the moon. It's like what? Like a cycle. Okay, guys, like a circle. Okay, guys, for that reason I will select what? I will select this one. Earth move in what? The Earth moves in what? In several ways. Which of these words is like the name of the Earth? Spinning motion. Okay, guys, spinning motion. I told you the spinning motion is what? Rotating, guys. Spinning is the same of what? Of rotation. Okay, guys, is have the same meaning of what? Spinning is have the same meaning of what? Of rotation. So I have to select this one. When the earth move around itself or what? Rotate around itself or spin around itself or about its axis. Okay, this is the rotation. Earth moves in several ways. One of them is the spinning. Okay, the spinning motion is what? Is rotation. Okay, if you know now the phases of the moon, okay, or before we talk about the phases of the moon bring the light from where exactly, guys? The full moon is the brightest object in the night sky. What causes the full moon to shine? Okay, to shine. Okay, to shine or to be bright, or what? To produce light from where exactly? The moon produce light from where exactly? The moon produce light or reflect the light of the sun. Okay guys, so it's work like a mirror. Okay guys, because it's moon is object that work like a mirror that reflect the light from the sun to what? To earth. Okay guys, so it's reflect light. Okay, so it reflects light from where? It's reflect the light from where? From the sun. Okay, the moon will reflect. What cause the moon to what? To be shine is what? Because it reflects light from what? From the sun. Okay, question number 10. There are 8 named faces of the moon. Okay, 8 faces of moon. 8 what? Faces of moon. Of moon. Okay, let's select this one. This one is clear. So this is the 8 phases of the moon, starting from in the new moon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 phases of the moon. Here in the question they're asking you about what exactly? There are 8 named phases of the moon. Which phase of the moon comes between the new moon and the first quarter moon? New moon and first quarter moon. Where's the new moon? Which one? This is the new moon. And the first quarter moon. This is the first quarter. This is the first quarter moon. Between them is what exactly? They asking you between the 2 faces here are what exactly? There is a face. Okay, there is a face between them, which is what? The waxing crescent moon. The waxing what? The waxing crescent moon. So this one is the correct answer because it's between the new moon and the first quarter. Let's see. Yes, the waxing crescent moon. This one is the correct answer. The waxing crescent moon. Okay. Selma made this drawing of Earth around the Sun. Which sentence is to describe what Selma showed in the picture here? She drew something like a sun and orbit of the Earth with the Earth here. So I think the Earth here is what is moving around the Sun or revolve around the Sun here. This is the revolution. And you know that revolution, it causes the change of the seasons, okay, in the Earth. So Earth move or revolve around the Sun. So this one is what example when the Earth what revolves around the Sun. This is the correct answer. Let's go down. Okay, question number 4. Write true or false. Each complete trip of Earth around the Sun is 1 rotation. Okay, this one is true or false, guys? Each complete trip of Earth around the Sun is what? It's complete 1. Let's complete this question next lecture. Thank you for listening and goodbye.